Hail to the Commanders.
Eyes on the prize. The Commanders and Eagles duke it out in Philly tomorrow ahead of the NFC Championship game. The hype here at home and how fans and businesses are getting ready. We've got live team coverage.
One win away from the Super Bowl. We are here in Philadelphia as the Washington Commanders getting set to take on the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Championship game.
Plus, we're monitoring two fatal fires overnight. A woman and a man killed at two separate apartment buildings. What we know right now as those investigations continue.
It'll be a dry and chilly night tonight, but not as brutally frigid as what we experienced last week. We'll talk about this upcoming week and, of course, the remainder of this weekend all ahead.
And Panda Takeover, DC's newest friends show off for the first time in public. The impact to the economy with the arrival of Bao Li and Qingdao. Plus, how you can watch the furry bears anytime, any place.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. Our top story tonight, plenty of hype for the Washington Commanders gearing up for a tough NFC Championship matchup. That's happening tomorrow afternoon. The Commanders and Eagles go head-to-head for a third time this season with the trip to Super Bowl 59 on the line. Kickoff for the game is set for 3 p.m. tomorrow. We've got live team coverage for you tonight. Our Alex Flum and Jake Rom are in Philly, meeting with fans before tomorrow's game. But first, we want to get over to our Dave Laval. He's closer to home. He joins us in Northeast D.C. with how local businesses and restaurants are preparing for increased orders when the Commanders hit the field. Hey there, Dave.
Well, hey there, Ben. We are set up outside the D.C. Capitol Square Bar and Grill. And right now, it's pretty empty outdoors, which is no surprise considering the cool weather, but it's going to be a much different scene here Sunday, not just outside, but inside the restaurant as fans gather to watch the Commanders in the NFC Championship. It will be pretty much all hands on deck at the restaurant tomorrow as owners expect one of, if not their busiest day of the year. 90 reservations have already been made. More are expected. Plenty of servers, bartenders, and cooks will be on hand to handle the crowds. Normally, 40 people dine here a day. Sunday, according to managers, will see that number easily double. Crazy? Hectic? You bet. But well-deserved, say managers, who have waited a long time for this game.
You don't understand how excited I am, and pretty much the whole city, the whole DMV period, that that these guys are actually in the championship. Can you believe it? I know I can't.
We also did reach out to pizza restaurants and buffalo wing stores. They couldn't talk to us simply because they said they are too busy getting ready for Sunday's big game. We are live in the Capitol Hill neighborhood in Northeast. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Our thanks to Dave. In just a few minutes, our Alex Flum joins us from Philadelphia, speaking with fans up there ahead of the big game. We got a live look at Lincoln Financial Field, where kickoff happens at 3 o'clock tomorrow. All right, time is 6:03. Going long with Scott Sumner right now, meteorologist, checking out the forecast. Scott, I think I can speak for most of us here. We are hopeful this week is not nearly as cold as it was the last Saturday.
It will not be, no,
Okay.
that I can tell you. And I'll have your forecast for tomorrow as we get into the details here in the newscast. But right now, I want to focus on our weather here in the district. Partly cloudy skies, 37 degrees outside. Of course, you can see the cathedral there, the National Cathedral in behind. It is a quiet night. It'll be a chilly night as you see the numbers here dropping down around the freezing mark once again. But again, not as brutal a wind, certainly in the night ahead due to the cold or due to the wind that could be around. It's not going to see too much wind tonight, but it's certainly chilly out there. The actual thermometer reading here with your hour-by-hour forecast drops us down, like I said, down to that freezing mark and beyond. But again, chilly, not frigid night ahead. I want to really specify that. It's kind of normal for us in the middle of January and tail end of January. Cloudy, but warmer Sunday, breezy, but dry into next week. And we also have some showers possible next weekend. We'll talk all about that, Ben, coming up in the full forecast at my 7-day.
Looking forward to it, Scott. Thank you. All right, back into your local news in the district tonight. There were 2 fatal fires that happened overnight. First, a woman died after an apartment fire in Northwest this morning. 5 more people also without a home there. Crews responded to Newton Street near 8th around 5:50 a.m. So there they rescued a woman with critical life-threatening injuries. Officials say that she later died. Another person also had to be rescued from inside. And also in Northwest, over on 13th Street near Park Road, officials say a man died in an apartment fire there around 9:30 last night. We're told that man has life-threatening injuries when he was rescued, sent to the hospital where he passed away. New details tonight. We have learned that several people were hurt in the middle of a flight headed to Dulles International Airport on Thursday. United Airlines says that 4 passengers and 2 flight attendants were sent to the hospital with minor injuries after a, quote, technical issue and an unexpected aircraft movement. All this after taking off from Nigeria. Inside of the 797 and the 245 passengers, they all landed safely back in Lagos, Nigeria. Authorities there say, though, that those 6 people had serious injuries and another 27 passengers and 5 crew members were also hurt, though their injuries minor. Investigators are working to figure out exactly what happened. Sights and sounds this week. The Pipes and Drums Honor Guard playing at the funeral in Maryland for Montgomery County firefighter Lieutenant Christopher Higgins. It was a private event for family, friends, and other first responders. After the funeral, a procession of a sea of blue brought him to Glen Haven Memorial Park for his burial. Fire Lieutenant Higgins died after having a medical emergency while responding to a house fire earlier this month. Time is 6:07. Switching gears, the Pandas have officially made their public debut in D.C. 3-year-olds Bao Li and Qing Bao showed off for zoo visitors yesterday, climbing trees, playing, and yes, eating bamboo. Public views of the pandas are expected to bring a lot of business to Woodley Park. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg spoke to some local business owners on the economic impact of these fuzzy creatures.
High in the treetops, Bao Li does what he does best, looking cute while hugging a tree.
It's like, I don't know, magical. Like, it was really fun. It was cute, yeah. It was cute to see them eat. It was cute to see them walk around.
What is DC without pandas, right?
The pandemonium isn't just within the zoo walls.
There's panda pancakes down the road, the panda-themed cake pops next door, so it's cool, and Duke's did such a good job with this.
Duke's counter is cashing in with its new pop-up, the Bamboo Bar. Bamboo on the walls and bamboo in the drinks.
Super fun. Had these super cool mugs. That was fun.
Duke's managing partner, Daniel Kramer, knows the economic impact of his new neighbors.
If they have drinks with us, well, maybe they're going to have lunch somewhere else. They're going to stay in the hotel. They're going to go visit other monuments and museums and just be a part of all the things to do in D.C.
The Chinese embassy going all in too, hosting a party celebrating the Chinese New Year and pandemonium. It's a moment Baked by Yael has been waiting for.
Everything's panda, panda, panda. We got panda cake pops, panda cookies, panda duffins, panda hats, panda everything.
Enthusiastically welcoming visitors from near and far.
We're a small business, and so we really rely on people visiting the zoo. And now with the pandas, they're all going across the street and then coming to see us afterwards or before.
Our Daniel Hamburg reporting. All right, new tonight on Capitol Hill, the U.S. Senate just confirmed South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem as Secretary of Homeland Security. She was confirmed with a 59-34 vote. The Homeland Security Secretary oversees Customs and Border Protection, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, as well as Citizenship and Immigration Services. 6 people held the role of Homeland Security Secretary during Donald Trump's first term. Plus, Pete Hegseth just confirmed as Defense Secretary. The Senate vote was tied 50-50. But Vice President J.D. Vance broke the tie. Hegseth, the former Fox News host and veteran of the Army National Guard, he also served tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. His nomination was one of the most controversial, with allegations of sexual assault, abuse to his second wife, and heavy drinking. Check that out. Some young Commanders fans showing off their moves ahead of the big game tomorrow. Young patients at Children's National and also children at Children's Hospital of Philly had a dance-off between Eagles and DC fans. Kids flying their burgundy and gold colors and busting the move. That's pretty good, guys. And right now, the Commanders are up I-95 in Philadelphia, preparing for their huge NFC Championship matchup tomorrow. Right now, our Alex Flum joins us from Philadelphia. Alex, what are fans telling you about their hopes and dreams and excitement for tomorrow?
Everybody here is excited. Let me tell you something. For years, we have watched green take over Landover at games, but the times are changing. The burgundy and gold are ready to take over Lincoln Financial Field tomorrow and hopefully see the Commanders advance to the Super Bowl. Let's talk to these fans out here. Angel here is a fan. He's from around these parts, but you're a Commanders fan and you're fired up and you're glad to be taking over these streets today.
We out here. It's been far too long. We've been through so much struggle. The disrespect's been crazy, and we out here to take what's rightfully ours.
That is music to the ears of the DMV. Let's talk over. It was Eric from Bowie, Maryland.
Yes,
all right, you know I'm from Silver Springs, so we got that Maryland connection.
There you go.
What does today mean to you after all the years of struggles to be here, get ready to watch this game tomorrow?
After 20 years of all these struggles, it means a lot. We are going to take this and we're going to go to the Super Bowl and we're going to win that. We bringing everything back to Maryland. Yes, baby.
Guys, we're going to wrap it up here, but I think they wanted to sing something. Why don't you guys sing us out here as we toss it back? There you go. They're pretty fired up here.
Alex
you can see it right here. They got the
With the
towel,
choir
the
behind
chain,
them.
the jerseys. Ben, we're going to send it.
I could listen to that all night long. Thanks, Alex, and everybody there in Philly. Kickoff tomorrow, 3 o'clock. We'll have your post-game coverage after the game at 7. You can watch it on our website, dcnewsnow.com.